The County Historian's Office has been planning the ceremony for months, and we want to thank them for that. Until April, our County Historian Denis Castelli took the lead on this project. Long before he was appointed County Historian, Denis was a fixture in the community. He could always be seen with his camera looking to capture the right moment. He has a wealth of information, and he truly loved Putnam County. Denis is missed not only by his friends and family, but by the entire Putnam County community. I can remember going to many events when I didn't see Denis immediately in the crowd, even though he was there, and then the next day, I looked at my email, and there were many, many pictures of what a great event it was. He was always a presence in the background and did a great job at it. To pay tribute to Denis, I'd like to call up Richard Shankowitz to come forward. Thank you.
Good evening. 40 years ago this spring, I first met my friend Denis Castelli. My dad had been coming home from the train for a couple of weeks. Had started to talk about this kid he met. Bright kid, level-headed, was a war veteran. Brilliant sense of humor. And our ears perked up because my father didn't take his trains too quickly. A couple of weeks later, our mutual love for fishing brought the two of us together through my father. And the 14-year-old boy found himself being rowed around a lake by a 28-year-old man. Denis's sincerity, his integrity, his honesty, his loyalty, and most of all, his generosity kept us together for the last 40 years. Denis was the recipient of a Catholic education from grade school through college. I believe that Denis absorbed and reflected that education for the rest of his life. Upon leaving college, Denis was immediately drafted by the United States Army and deployed to Vietnam. While Denis was never one to spend time recounting tales of the time overseas, he did relate to me that after his first combat engagement, he was convinced that he would never come home to see his family and friends again. The casualty statistics from his division were astounding. There were over 100 of these engagements in the ensuing year, and while he received the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star for valor during his time in country, by his own accounting, he had done nothing special to save himself from certain death. God was with Denis Castelli in Southeast Asia, and in 1968, God brought Denis home for the rest of us to enjoy. When Denis came home, he began a career working with computers. Ground floor stuff, nothing special. He didn't invent the internet. Just work. His special talents came behind the lens. When Denis went to Vietnam, he stopped in Japan on the way over and spent as much money as he could afford on the best 35mm camera he could buy, and took over 3,000 shots of the landscape and of battles he had been in Vietnam. And I think that's where his photography skills began. This guy could shoot an M60 machine gun with his left hand and take a picture over the turret with his right hand. I've seen it. Many of us have enjoyed the luxury of Denis's photography. I'm sure many people in this room have been one of his subjects, if not all of them. He's spent miles of film and miles of gigabytes of information storage. That was just the beginning. Everywhere he went, there were smiles, laughs, kind words being spent on others around him. I've seen Denis strike up conversations with perfect strangers on checkout lines and just spread the love for his fellow man. God carried our friend home from Vietnam, and our friend clung to God thereafter. The first time I saw the bumper sticker that said, "Commit random acts of kindness," I said, "That's Denis." Out of the blue with complete strangers. During this busy working period of his life, he made what he used to tell me was the greatest decision he ever made. The decision to pursue, court, and marry Athena Arden. Countless times he's told me over these past 32 years how blessed he was to have her by his side. It was no secret to him who led him to her. I am fortunate to be able to say that I gained another lifelong friend, and that computer career that Dennis had started in the early 70s, it flourished. By the year 2000, he was able to retire. Because like the old man said, he was a smart kid. Boy, the fun started then. He started a second career. He started this newfound free time. He started a second career in public service. I would need another sheet of paper to list all of the organizations, the projects, the endeavors that Dennis took on in his last 14 years, but we don't have time for that tonight. The tangible evidence of Dennis's contribution to the community around him, for me, will be the honor roll on Main Street in the village of Brewster, the clock out in front of the train station, the sign out here in front of the courthouse. I think his shining star was the time he spent as a veterans liaison under Dan Hayworth. I was proud of him. I know he was proud of the work he did there. And from what we read in the papers lately, they could surely use it. I would tell you all that he was just paying back if I had ever known him to take anything. But our friend was a giver. All he ever sought to make were new friends, and make no mistake, while our friend was committing all of this time and effort towards the community, he made an even greater effort to be the best husband, son, brother, and friend that he could be. So I make no secret of it. I was angry in April when Dennis passed. Good man, a good friend to all around him, and you had to ask yourself, how could this happen? It wasn't early. 67 in today's age is not an old person. And I looked at the end of that night, when we sat down to dinner, I said, how could this happen? How could God let this happen? And the thing he said, God had another plan for Dennis. God had spent all of Dennis that he could spend on us, and took him elsewhere to do the rest of his work. That calmed me down a little bit. And since then, I've come to understand that my fishing buddy now has 12 new fishing buddies. And he started his third career. He's put on his suspenders again, put on his tool belt, and he's gone to work for a partner. Lastly, I'd just like to say that on Dennis's behalf, he would be truly honored by this. He wouldn't expect it. He probably wouldn't whine. I would tell you that he would be speechless. That would be a lie. He would certainly be humbled by it. Very nice. Thank you all for the opportunity to speak there.
Now I'd like to invite Angela Mendez, who will sing God Bless America, and Nicole God will be retiring the colors. Angela?
God